Alrighty. It's almost the end of the first quarter of 2026. How you doing?
Believe you were born to win. It's your right to win. Claim it, frame it, 'cause you were.
March is your last chance to get your first quarter priorities completely executed. How are you doing? Now is the time for you to take a look at what your priorities were for the first quarter and what your progress has been January and February. Are you on course to complete your first quarter goals by the end of March? Or are you at a place where now you need to reconsider your priorities for the first quarter and, frankly, your priorities for the rest of the year? I'm going to tell you to do three things. The first is to take a look at the things that you wanted to get done in the first quarter and the things that you wanted to get done for the entire year of 2026. Have you prioritized them correctly? And ask yourself, if you are not on track to complete by the end of March, then ask yourself why not. Did you miscalibrate the time? Did something take longer to do than you had originally anticipated? Because you just didn't call it right. You thought it was going to take 2 weeks, and in fact, to do a great job, it took you 4 weeks. Or did you fail to anticipate the other resources that you might need in order to produce this with excellence? You didn't think about a resource from another person. You didn't think about a physical resource that you might need. Maybe there was somebody else that you needed to help you to finish that project, and in fact, they were not available, or they were available later than you anticipated, or perhaps you were distracted by personal things that happened, or just completely distracted by the external environment. What were the reasons that you were off course with respect to your timeline in accomplishing your goals? The second thing I'm going to tell you to do is to have a conversation with your stakeholder. You want to have a conversation even if you are on track, because then the conversation is, I just wanted to check in with you. We are a quarter of the way through the year. We are on track to achieve our strategic goals. In the first quarter, I wanted to accomplish these four things. We've done these four things, plus we're already ahead of the game on my second quarter priorities. But more importantly, if you don't think that you're going to make it, you want to have a conversation with your stakeholder that goes like this. We've been working on all cylinders in the first quarter, but because of A, B, and C, we're not going to be able to accomplish what I thought we'd be able to do in the first quarter. I do believe that 2 weeks into the second quarter, we'll get there, but I just wanted to give you a heads up on where we were with respect to the timeline. I do think that we'll be able to be on track for the second quarter as we get to the end of the second quarter with our first and second quarter goals and accomplishments. You always want to make sure that you are advising your stakeholders early if you think that you're going to fail to complete an expectation. And then the third thing that I'm going to ask you to do is to take another look at 2026 and have an honest conversation with yourself about whether or not you have put too many things on the priority list, therefore not giving yourself a chance to really win in 2026. Remember, we discussed a new success mix for 2026, and it was all about winning as you define what that looks like. Go get them.